ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। परमार्थानन्दयतिं सद्गुरुं शुद्धविग्रहम् आत्मज्ञानार्थलाभाय पादपादैर्नतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओङ्कारापादसम्पूज्य हृदयानन्ददायक ओङ्कारानन्दपादा ह्रीङ्का ह्रीङ्कार्यापादसम्पूज्य हृदयानन्ददायक ओङ्कारानन्दपादाब्ज नमामश्चित्तशुद्धये। सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिता पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्। अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्ददामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गैनमनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव। रिपीट प्लीज रिपीट।
स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव।
स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्।
स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्।
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान्।
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान्।
आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितः प्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते।
आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते।
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः।
सर्वेषु विगतस्पृहः
वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते
वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते
यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम्
यः सर्वत्रारभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम्
नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
यदा सम्मरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः
यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः
विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः
रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते
रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते
यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः
यततो ह्यपि पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः
इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः
इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः
तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः
तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः
वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते
सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते
सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः
स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति
स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति
रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन्
रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन्
आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति
आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां ज्ञानिरस्योपजायते
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते
प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते
प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना
न चावाभयतः शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्
न चाभावयतः शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्
इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते
इन्द्रियाणां विचरां यन्मनोनुविधीयते
तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि
तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां
वायुर्नावम्
वायुर्नावम्
इवाम्भसि
इवाम्भसि
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो गृहीतानि सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी
यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्
आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्
तद्वत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी
तद्वत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी
विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः
विहाय कामान् सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः
निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति
निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः शान्तिमधिगच्छति
एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति
एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति
स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति
स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति
Okay. So last time the question raised by Arjuna in Sloka number 54, Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava stitadhihi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. What is the Sthita prajna lakshana? How do they transact in the world outside? How do I identify them? In short, if I look at someone, how do I know he is a Sthita Prajna? Or for that matter, when I become Sthita Prajna, how do I understand it? Both things. So Bhagavan starts the explanation. He says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyeva atmana tushtaha sthita prajnas tadochyate. So we have seen some of the meanings. First is Prajahati yada kaman. Kaman prajahati. Jahati prakarshena jahati yada kaman. Sarvan kaman prajahati. So he will not have desires. And when we say desires, when you say he will not have, we have to understand it clearly. Per se, any desire is not very bad unless it is ashastriya adharmic desire. Okay. So our shastras allow desire. That is why one of the purushartha is kama purushartha. Right? Desires are natural, desires will be there, and desires should be there, but it is the quality of desire and basic desires which cannot be stopped. Like I want to eat food, I want to drink water. These are also desires. So tomorrow, if you tell that a jnani will not feel hungry, he will not eat food, no, that is not the point. We have to understand it clearly. When we say prajahati yada kaman, sarvan kaman prajahati, it means three important aspects will be there in this desire. One, the desire should be dharmic. Only moral desires are allowed. Immoral desires not acceptable. Okay, so dharmic desires, yes, perfectly right, nothing wrong in it. In that also, that dharmic desire, when we say it is based on your swadharma, your varna ashrama dharma, Okay, you can't just extend it somewhere. It is like sometimes you tell a person who is 95-year-old, the Ashirvadam is given Dhanyam Dhanam Pashum Bahuputra Labham Shatasam Vatsaram Dirghamayuhu. Only Dirghamayu is valid for him. Dhanyam Dhanam Pashum Bahuputra Labham is all useless. Like that, at every stage, whatever is the dharmic moral desire as per the Varna and Ashrama is called acceptance. Okay, then the desires should be moderate. The desires need to be moderate. Any extremes is incorrect. Moderate desires, which means aparigraha, asteya. Asteya is coming in the first part, immoral. Aparigraha will come in the second one. Moderation. Now, this definition of moderation will keep changing for the same person with age. My desire to have Puran Poli is perfectly moral at the time, at the age of 25, and eating two Puran Polis is moderate. But at the age of 80, eating Puran Poli has to be checked, especially when I have diabetes. Whether eating Puran Poli is it first of all dharmic desire or adharmic desire? Okay, if I don't have diabetes, I'm allowed to eat. Then eating half Puran Poli is right, one is right, two is right. It's a big question, huh? One has to decide for oneself. Okay, so moderation will keep changing with time, place, situation. You have to define what is moderation, and that is why in our Shastras, when we say moderation, it is the first step. Slowly you will start reducing it. You have to start reducing it. Any desire is not good. Okay. So any desire, you start slowly reducing, including the desire to eat food also. That is why when you see people who are nearly at the deathbed would not have a desire to eat also. They will not have a desire to eat, they will not have a desire to drink water also. Nothing is required. I don't need anything. So that is how we have to understand how this desire is. Third, most important, even though the desire is highly moral, even though it is very minimal and moderate, it should be non-binding desire. Very, very, very important. This is the most important one, non-binding desire. How do one make a binding desire a non-binding desire? We know by the nature of any desire, kama leads to karma. Karma has got bandhakatvam, atriptikaratvam, dukkhamishritatvam. Right? Karma phala has got that. So desires also indirectly will have all the three. That is why the desires keep on increasing. Correct? From 1 to 100, 100 to 1000, 1000 to lakh, then few crores, and from there I want to become MLA, then MP, and slowly go to Chief Minister, Prime Minister. Okay, there is no end to it. Trishna Gatim Kaha. Where is this Trishna going to end? Okay, so even if it is moderate, first of all, it has to be non-binding desire. When you say non-binding desire, I non-binding desire, how should we understand this? The desire to do will be there, the desire for the result should not be there. What is non-binding desire? How do you make a binding desire to a non-binding desire? Karmani eva adhikaraste. ma phaleshu. By having the desire to put my best effort, and then Ishwararpana Buddhi and Prasada Bhavana are the only ways to make it non binding. Every desire can become a non binding desire if Ishwararpana Buddhi and Prasada Bhavana is there. In the third chapter, 30th Sloka is exactly that. It's defining Karma Yoga very clearly. The 30th Sloka, any Atma Vidya students here? No. Okay. Hmm. मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्य अध्यात्मचेतसा. You make it completely submitted to me, and then with adhyatma chetasa nirashihi nirmamo bhutva prasada bhavana. Okay, very, very clearly. How do you convert every binding desire to a non binding desire? That ability to convert every binding desire to a non binding desire purely depends upon each of us. It is not on the desire, it depends on us. How can I weaken this bond? That desire is making me a slave. How do I overcome it? Everyone, including sannyasis, will have desire. Having desire is natural, but managing desire requires a lot of skill and requires a lot of sadhana. So, that is purely on your free will how to convert the binding desire to a non binding desire. And to convert it, first is Ishwararpana Buddhi. Only with Ishwararpana Buddhi, your Ahankara, Mamakara reduces. Then you are ready to accept whatever is the, because the desire is being worked upon to get a result. Otherwise, why will you work? So, when the result comes, if you have Prasada Bhavana attitude, that binding desire will become non binding desire. Very simple now. Theoretically, everyone understands this. Sir, but practically what to do? Theoretically, I understand. That means before doing anything, should I go in front of Bhagavan, do namaskara, and when the results come, say, Bhagavan, it is all yours. That is not the answer. Every desire, try to convert it as a preference. A very, very beautiful method this is. I have a desire, but that desire is my preference. When you say that it is a preference and it is a must, two big differences are there in this. The moment we say this, I prefer to have coffee, I wish to have coffee. Two statements are I wish to have coffee, I prefer to have coffee. The moment you say I prefer to have coffee and you mean it, not that you to talk very nicely, you'll say I prefer coffee, and when tea comes, your face will turn. Then it is not preference, then you're fooling yourself. Then you should say I wish to have tea. When you say I prefer to have, that means this given a choice, I prefer it. After that, whatever comes, I'm accepting it without any grudge. Then you can't say that I told now my preference is this. No, you have told your preference. That means you didn't have a preference, you had a wish. So genuinely try to convert every wish to a preference. I prefer, and this starts in the way we communicate. Please understand, in the way we communicate, this starts that way. I prefer you to be good children. I prefer to have a peaceful house. I prefer. What does that mean? Even if it is not there, I accept it. Correct? And this exercising preference over wish is, how do you, okay, first is we said that this is a principle. The principle is what? What is the Shastra saying? See, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. All the three should be in place, huh? Then only it will start working. The Shruti says, submit everything to me, and what you get, take it as Prasada Bhavana. The right attitude and the right action, which is Karma Yoga. Making karma to Karma Yoga is converting binding desires to non binding desire. Principle, Shruti. Is it clear? Now, what is the Yukti? What is the logic? How do I do it? For every wish of mine, I start saying, I prefer this. And genuinely, you should mean, I prefer this. And when something comes which is not to your choice, you should remind yourself that you had mentioned it is my preference. So I should respect what I have told. So I should accept it graciously. Okay. Maybe there will be certain wish which you don't want to give it as preference. No, I wish to do it. Then slowly that starts reducing. Even that will become preference. Okay. Now, how to experience it? The yukti, the logic is what, the SOP, how to plan it is what is told. But how to experience it, what to do actually. And for that, the best example is, try to be a paying guest in your house. Try to be a paying guest in your house. What is the meaning of paying guest? I pay and I am a guest. Correct? In this Srishti, I am a paying guest. I have paid, due to which I have got this prarabdha. I am a guest. After the prarabdha is over, I will go. And during the prarabdha, I am continuously going to pay by doing my karma. So then what happens? When you are a paying guest, surely you will have choice. Sometimes the host will ask you, what is your choice? What is your preference? So you will get a chance to exercise your choice. And after that, keep quiet and wait. You do not know what is going to come. And when it comes, accept it. Correct? Being a paying guest in your own house is a very, very simple and a good way to culture ourselves to Karma Yoga. One of the best ways, which you don't need to do anything. I just have to exercise that I am a paying guest in this house. I will do my duties of the house, which I have to do with Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. The setup of the house is beyond my control. I may try to influence it. I may, but whether it will get influenced or not, I do not know. Whatever happens, I am okay with it. Right from spouse, children, parents, in laws, brothers, sisters, neighbors, society, world. What a fantastic place to do this experiment. Try it out. And if you are able to exercise your preferences and be relaxed, you will not have a problem at all in managing any relationship. No relationship will be a binding relationship. We are not saying not to have relationship. Huh? It should not be a binding relationship. Don't try to change the setup, it will upset you. So I exercise my choice and preference if asked. Otherwise, I'm happy with whatever happens. Correct? And this state of mind, when I'm happy with whatever happens, whenever I have given a choice, I give my preference and I get it. If I don't get it, also I'm okay. I accept it as Ishvara Prasada, and I'm very, very relaxed in my mind. You know what does it tell? Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. See how logically it is coming? So the first step is very important. Correct? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan atmaniyeva atmana tushtaha. Okay. Very, very, very simple way which you can actually practice and do it. Huh? You don't have to go become a sannyasi or anything. And this is karma yoga. We are not talking of jnanam or anything. Whatever I am doing, I am converting that binding karmas to non-binding karma. Then my way of doing it also changes because I will do it with full, my mind is light. I have no stress and tension. I have nothing to gain or lose. I have no deadlines. I will be relaxed and I will enjoy what I'm doing. Okay, think about it. It's a very, very powerful way and a logical way to lead a very relaxed life. At the same time, this issue will be there because we are not used to it. So slowly we have to start cultivating it. It will take time. That itself is a sadhana. And once we are able to cultivate it, then you will start absolutely enjoying it. And that is called Atmani Eva Atmana Tushtaha. Okay. Now, I'm just quoting what I heard, and I thought there is a good logic in it. Not to think too much, but then there is a good logic. Just take it. Don't don't try to evaluate it, but take it the way it is. It gives a lot of practical way to move ahead. The first shloka when Bhagavan started in Bhagavad Gita. What is the first shloka? Hmm? अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिता. What is ashocyan? Without thinking too much, don't get worried and tensed up. Ashocyan. Don't get worked out. Relax. Calm mind. Okay. A mind which doesn't have any load. Ashocyan. Right? That means do not worry. Don't worry, be happy. Right? He started with that. And technically, where does Bhagavad Gita end? 18th chapter, Sloka number 66. That is where he practically ended it. After that, it's a closure. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo moksha ishyami ma shuchaha. Ashocyan, he started ma shuchaha. He ended up saying, don't worry. He started by asking, why are you worrying? He ended up by saying, don't worry. And with what is the trick not to be worried? The best way is converting all my desires into preference. हुआ तो अच्छा है, नहीं हुआ तो his wish. I'm happy. Does it make sense? Is it practically possible? Is it try doing it? Take simple things. Very, very simple things in life, I simply get worked about. Let me drop it little. If it is 9:32 on Saturday and the Wi-Fi doesn't work and I'm late to connect, I'm worked out. Correct? Simple thing, na? Okay, today Ishwara's wish. I try, after that it is Ishwara's wish. Isn't it possible? But no, sir. If I miss it, I feel very bad. Yes, that is called binding desire. That is called binding desire. And your learning is to drop such binding desire. So when you have a chance to practice it. Does it make sense? Very, very small things. You don't have to think of very big thing, very small thing. Any agitation comes, think why the agitation has come. And that agitation is because I'm not ready to give up. Why? I have a very strong wish. It's a binding wish. Then what do I do? Okay, this is the binding wish. Next time I will make it my preference. Okay, two times I made it my preference. I feel relaxed. Things are happening the way it should happen. I'm very relaxed. Even if it didn't happen, I was not stressed. Four times you do it, fifth time it becomes a wow, so light. I didn't even feel that stress and tension that it didn't happen. That's it. Like that, if you slowly start, even big problems, just do it. You have to do your best. After that, leave the rest. And this is what he says is the lakshana, very clear lakshana of who? Jnani. And if you are able to do that, you don't need any other jnanam, you are a jnani. Why are you a jnani? Because you have valued that atmani eva atmana tushtaha, and you are no more a karta bhokta. You have given up this doership and enjoyership. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. Is it making sense? A very, very, very simple and an important way how to see sannyasa is different. This particular text are by two grihastas for grihastha in grihastha ashrama, and that too not brahmanas, kshatriyas, giving such a fantastic way. So it is for all of us now and here. Okay, and that is the best way to convert karma to karma yoga. And if we put effort, it becomes a sadhana for us. If it comes naturally to us, then it is jnana lakshana. Sthita prajna lakshanam. It is natural for them. Whatever is natural for a jnani becomes a sadhana for me. Does it make sense? Is it clear? Okay. Then he gives the second important definition. We will go to that. The 56th shloka. दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते. Okay. दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगत स्पृहः वीत राग भय क्रोधः स्थितधीः मुनिः उच्यते. Okay. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu vigata spruhaha vita raga bhaya krodha stitadihi munihi uchyate. What is the Anvaya? Anudvignamanaha dukkheshu vigata spruhaha sukeshu vita raga vita bhaya vita krodha stitadihi munihi uchyate. Okay. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu vigataspruhaha vitaraga vitabhaya vitakrodha munihi stitadihi uchyate. Simple realignment because it was very much in the prose form. Dukkheshu सप्तमी बहुवचनान्तः दुःख शब्दः अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्गः. At times of dukkha, at all the times of dukkha, anudvigna manaha, manas, manaha, manas. How udvigna? What is udvigna? Disturbed, highly disturbed. Anudvigna, very relaxed and calm. Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, during the times of or during bad times or during times of trouble, keeping the mind very calm. Okay, at bad times, keeping the mind very calm, able to maintain composure of the mind. Same way, sukheshu vigata sprihaha. At the time of sukha, vigata sprihaha, getting highly excited, very high levels of anxiety and excitement. Okay, so both, one should not fall at the time of adversity and one should not be very jumping and merrymaking when something good happens. Okay, vita raga bhaya krodaha. Vita raga, what is raga? Desire. Vita raga, avoid desires. Vita bhaya, avoid fear. Vita krodha, avoid anger. One who is able to not get angry, not have desires, and not have fear, such a muni, his intellect or his mind is sthitadhihi, well established intellect. That is how it is told. Uchyate. Atmanepadi. Okay. Vach. Vach vyaktayam. Uchyate. Okay. Now, is this clear? Overall, the meaning is clear. We will see the details further. Okay. Now, will a jnani have dukkha? Will a jnani get dukkha? Will a jnani get fever? Will a jnani get leg pain, back pain? Or because he is a jnani, he will not get any of these? Huh? Correct. Will when I get a leg pain and back pain, and when a jnani gets a leg pain and back pain, will it be different for him and different for me? Will it be same or will it be different? It will be same. So if I feel the pain, the jnani will also feel the pain. Then what is the difference? My response to the dukkha and his response to the dukkha. Now, when we say response, two responses. One is external responses, other is internal responses. What are the external responses? Vak, kaya. By my mouth, words which come, and by my actions. These are responses to the dukkha. Correct? Now, these responses are well cultured and completely without having a residual in the mind, will be very composed. Whereas I will be like, there is a saying, what is the condition of this mind? Take a monkey, okay, catch hold of a monkey, and then you feed that monkey with a lot of liquor. First of all, monkey. Then when you feed that monkey with lot of liquor, you know what that monkey will do then. It will not be just a monkey, it will be creating a havoc. It doesn't end there. Then you make a scorpion to bite that monkey. So the pain that monkey will have, okay, and the mind is deluded because of liquor. So the monkey anyway is not going to know what is happening. And last but not the least, उसको एक भूत भी पकड़ लेगा. What will be the condition of that monkey? Monkey, first of all, monkey, drugged monkey, स्कॉर्पियन बिट मंकी, और उसके ऊपर भूत पकड़ा है, वो मंकी का क्या हालत है? लाइक दैट इज उद्विग्न मना when dukkha comes, and we have to make it anudvigna mana. Think. Our shastras give beautiful examples like this. Then we understand how this mind is. Our own mind, it is exactly like that. It will be just thoda aayega, to then in that hot oil, when you put those mustard seeds, what happens? They splatter out. Like that this mind is. It will start from the mouth. Every word will come out as Saraswati Kataksha. Special words will start coming. Correct? If it has not to come, how much that mind should be composed? When will it not come? Only when you say Ishvara Prasada. When you have accepted it, you'll be calm and composed. For others, it will be too bad. You say, my God, what has happened? You are not reacting at all. What has happened to you? Are you senseless? Exactly, I am senseless. For them, senseless means nonsense. For me, senseless means very high control on Dhamma and Shama. Yes, I do have the pain, but I have accepted the pain as Bhagavan's prasadam for my purification. He has given it to purify me. I am the gold, he is the goldsmith. This dukkha is the fire in which he is putting me. Why? The best of me is going to come out. Then why should I fear? Correct or wrong? It's the outlook what we have. It is that broad mindedness what we have. It is acceptance of everything is what is important, rather than I, my domain, my thing, this way only it should be. No, especially in dukkha. And why dukkha is given more, Next is what? Sukheshu vigata spridha. When sukha comes also, that mind is highly excited. Correct? But when sukha comes, see, there is a difference when dukkha comes and when sukha comes. Huh? Which is more profound? Which is more profound? Tell me. Dukkha or sukha? Dukkha. Why dukkha is profound? Sukha, if it comes, थोड़ा सर पे चढ़ेगा लेकिन जल्दी नीचे उतर जाएगा. Why? You have already got into some other job, so इसका भूत जरा नीचे उतर जाएगा. दुख ऐसा नहीं है. I have ended up telling one full day about my dukkha. After that, whomever I have met that day will not want to come in front of me for the next 1 month, because I have already completed 1 month quota by crying to them. And even after 10 years, I will continue to cry on it. Sukha is like a joke. Suppose I tell you a fantastic joke, you will roll on the ground laughing. And I'm very good at telling it. So it's more than the joke, the way I tell it. It's like that Jetabai's facial expression. Jetabai's facial expression is something which, not just the words. When you see with that expression, then only again and again you wish to see him. Or ek baar. Or ek baar. Suppose he repeats the same thing 20 times. अभी बोल मार रहा है, बस हो गया. Yes or no? बहुत हो गया अभी. हाँ, enough. 4 times, 5 times is okay. जेठाबाई है तो 6 times and 7 times okay. उसके बाद बोल मार रहा है. Sukha is like that. दुक्खा 50 साल होने दो. I enjoy telling it. The other person enjoys seeing my plight. Either pacifying me और मन ही मन बोलता रहेगा अच्छा हुआ, अभी तक गया नहीं ना, बहुत अच्छा हुआ, वो दिन मेरे को कॉफी नहीं दिया ना, देखो. करेक्ट ना? सो दुखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः. Very clear. Which means what? Mind has to become equanimous. When you say equanimous, what does it mean? What is equanimous mind? Relaxed mind. It has to be, very nice way to understand this is keep a balance. पुराना टाइम का बैलेंस. इधर आधा किलो वजन, फिर बाद में इधर डालते जाओ. Then it will come to 450 grams. Then it will start moving like this. Then you put little, and then it will perfectly match. Not the electronic one. Electronic one में कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है. उसमें डाल के निकालना पड़ता है. पुराना वाला बैलेंस में वो डाल के बहुत कम निकालता है और डालते टाइम भी बहुत संभालता है. Otherwise, he has to put a lot of effort. Correct? So like that dukkha, sukha, whichever time that mind is balanced, very, very balanced, I know immediately what action to be done to bring my balance back. Means what? What? I will say, and immediately, so what? You understand? Try this, huh? What? Because that's a natural response. Correct? Immediately, so what? You understand? The practical ways in our day-to-day life. This dukkeshu anudvikna mana sukheshu vidataspraya. This what is udvigna mana? So what is bringing the balance back? Anudvikna mana. Wow. To okay. Wow. Okay. Balance it back. I used to have a boss. Whenever there was fantastic news, he will say, very good news, I'm going to give you all fantastic job done. We have achieved this. Okay, come on. Let us celebrate. And he will start counting 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 till 0. Okay, we have celebrated. Now let us continue our job. Simple. Correct, na? Celebration is what? For 10 seconds, I've been thinking about it and enjoying it. Over. Now let's get back to the job. That is celebration. Yes, exactly. Because there is no point in simply sitting and, okay, if you have no other job, you sit and have fun also. That is celebration is fine. But you don't have to be excited for it. See, the problem is mind gets excited very easily. How to bring it back? How to bring it back? Okay. Dukkeshu anudvikna manaha sukheshu vigataspata. Now, three important things he's telling. Vita raga bhaya krodha. Vita raga, Vita bhaya, Vita krodha. Understanding? Okay. Vita raga means what? Prajahati is Vita. Okay. Reduce this completely. Come out of this raga, bhaya, and krodha. Now, in the first chapter, Arjuna goes through three major emotions: dukkha, shoka, moha. Correct? Dukkha, shoka, moha. Correct? And here, raga, bhaya, krodha. Raga will give dukkha. Correct? Bhaya, krodha will give shoka. Krodha will give shoka. If I get angry, I am not going to be happy with it. How much ever you get angry, once everything is over, for a moment you will at least think, was it really necessary? Chee, after this, I myself I am feeling bad about it. That's how it is. Even if you put your point across due to the anger, you are the loser. Okay. If no one bothers about the anger, your anger, you are again the loser and you will get further angry more. So getting angry is not at all a solution. Not at all a solution. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodha. And third one is fear. At least the other two, raga and krodha, can be understood. Can be understood because there is a very clear cause effect theory. I like, I want, I put effort, I try to get, I do not get it, I get angry. I get angry, I plan something else to do, I do, and I'm in that cycle. Again, I do not get that, I get further angry, and now आता माझी सटकली. Now मैं जिद पे उतराऊं कि कैसे भी करूं. That is more. Right? A very logical way it goes. And this we will see it in third chapter. This question is asked by Arjuna. Who are the two big forces within me? Baladiva niyojitaha. Anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. These two forces, even if I do not want, is pulling me and making me do that. And for that, Krishna gives the answer: Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyehamiha vairinam. He gives the answer. The same, the seeding point is here. For that, the seeding point he is given here. Vita raga krodaha. Ragaha chakrodaha mahashano mahapapma. They are pulling me. At least that has got a cost effect theory and they are interconnected. The third one is very, very difficult. Telling you one thing. The third one, we are referring to something which doesn't have existence. Think about it. I'm telling, for everyone who is sitting here, there are no children here. We're all elderly people, adults, old people, all are sitting. If there is something which is actually going to bother us, then it is bhaya. I can work with ragadvesha, but that bhaya is that unknown monster which is there, which doesn't have any reason to come, but just comes. Adi Shankara tells, correct? Balastavat krida saktaha, tarunastavat taruni saktaha, vriddhastavat chinta saktaha. Chinta is coming due to what? Due to what that chinta is coming? Bhaya. Okay. Right from a child, the innate nature of a child to hold a finger when seen in front. Then after growing, holding on to the dupatta while walking or the sari's pallu while walking. Is an innate nature which tells there is bhaya. Please understand this. How much ever any person may say, I don't have fear, it is that fear making that person telling that I don't have fear. Then how do you overcome it? See, Kama and Krodha with logic you can overcome. There is a cause effect. I did this, that is why this happened. When you sit later on and review it, you will know how to handle it. From that learning, you will go next time, it will reduce. So, Kama and Krodha can be worked upon by FIR technique. Do you all know FIR technique? So, FIR technique is a very simple one. And for this, you have to introspect yourself and take a book and write down that. Then you will understand. Or give a quality time every day to think about it. First is, which occasions disturb me with Krodha or indirectly Kama? How many times I got agitated in the day? What were the reasons? So, writing down at the end of the day is only making you realize that so many times I have actually felt angry. I've become angry. If I may have expressed it, I may not have expressed it, but I was angry. And the anger was due to what? Very clearly, one particular desire not being fulfilled. Okay. Normally, only children do not understand this. Huh? They'll cry. Children will cry. they themselves do not know why they are crying. भूख लग के रो रहा है, पेन होते हुए रो रहा है, for what are they crying they don't know. And these mothers are so expert, especially that then there will be some old people in the house who will tell, try this, उसको पहला खिला के देखो, रोना बंद होता है नहीं, ओके, देन यू ट्राई दिस, गैस हुआ रहेगा, देन उसके बाद समवेयर पेन वुड बी देयर, कान दुखता रहेगा, दे विल आइडेंटिफाई द इश्यू by eliminating one by one and find out the problem. Even doctors very rarely do it, because with children, small children especially less than 1 year, they can't speak, they don't know how to express, but that pain is coming because of some issue and you have to identify it. Now, this trait of that children continues with us after we becoming big also. Are sit and think, why did you get angry? No, no, I don't know, I can't understand all that, but I get angry. But think now, what is the reason what made you angry? If there is one reason, I will tell now. There are so many reasons why I got angry. It's like that children only. You have grown up, but the mind does not grow up. So sit, give quality time, eliminate, point out what is that reason by which I really got angry, and see whether it is coming up again and again. Identify it. Very, very important. That introspection only helps. Okay. So first is I will see the frequency of it happening. And as I keep writing, you will see automatically the frequency starts reducing. Okay. Then the intensity, suppose I got 25 times angry. Earlier, that intensity of anger was very high. माझी सटकली म्हणजे सटकली over. Some people take pride in telling this person never gets angry. But once he get angry now, that's it. Then no one should be in front of him. Is this a matter of pride or is this a matter of pity? I have no control over myself. So the intensity is so high that I will erupt out like a volcano. I will blast. Okay. So see that intensity, what is happening. How intense is my response? And if you simply write it, you will see that automatically it has started working, that you know you should reduce the intensity. Make it as low as possible. How? चलो एक ग्लास ठंडा पानी पिए के, come on, let's get to work. Do 5 pranayams, get to work. Do some Sitkari, Sitali pranayam, get to work. Correct? Do some Anulom Vilom, get to work. बहुत ज्यादा तकलीफ हुआ तो 2 भ्रामरी भी कर लो, है कि नहीं? गेट टू वर्क. 2-4 ग्लास ठंडा पानी पियो, उससे भी नहीं काम हुआ तो बर्फ लेके सर पे रखो. डू समथिंग टू reduce this intensity. Do what you want, but just be aware that I have a problem, that this is beyond my control. Slowly get the control on it. Right? The third is, what is the resilient? How much easily I come back. Okay. There is a very nice Sloka, and you will understand that. What is that? Kopishtaha. Wait, I will check. See and tell you. It's a very nice Sloka. Hmm. हाँ. उत्तमे क्षणकोपस्यात्. You can write it, and every day like Vishnu Sahasranam 3 times at least tell this. That will at least register to identify where I belong to which category. उत्तमे क्षणकोपस्यात् मध्यमे घटिका द्वयम् क्षणकोपस्यात् मध्यमे घटिका द्वयम् अधमे स्यात् अहोरात्रम्. Again I will repeat. उत्तमे क्षणकोपस्यात् मध्यमे घटिका द्वयम् अधमे स्यात् अहोरात्रम् पापिष्टे मरणान्तकाः. Second line. अधमे स्यात् अहोरात्रम् पापिष्टे मरणान्तकाः. What does it tell? उत्तमे क्षणकोपस्यात्. Kopa means angry. क्षणकोपस्यात्. एक आएगा for a second, 1 minute, and the person is back. He rebounds back very easily, like that rubber ball. नीचे गिरा, वापस टक करके अपने आप come back instantaneously. धूमे नाव्रियते वह्निः. Third chapter it will come. Okay. Then मध्यमे घटिका द्वयम्. Mediocre person 2 घंटा तक लॉन्ग फेस बैठेगा. रुसूबाई रुसली कोपऱ्यात बसली 2 घंटा कम से कम. Then that can change little. थोड़ा वो श्लोका के लिए 2 घंटा बोला है घटिका द्वयम्. Okay. Then third, अधमे स्यात् अहोरात्रम्. अहो, अहोरात्र. अहोरात्र means 15 days. 15 दिन तक चालू ही रहेगा. One paksham. It is Krishna paksham for that person. क्यों? सुबह सुबह कौवा ने इधर टट्टी किया, हो गया 15 दिन गुस्सा. Okay, cannot forget it. Morning, evening, that is the only Sahasrama Archana. But why did that person do like this? But he should not have done like this. हो गया. वो जितना बोलेगा उतना it will prolong ना. The more the person remembers it, the more it will get further extended. And then there is another set of great people. We all know. Lifelong they cannot drop it. I don't want to see your face. Don't come in front of me. You are dead for me. Oh my God. You are already dead for me. How much of binding desires are there? See this. The extent how it is binding, the krodha is also going to come that way. Correct? So, uttame kshanagopasyaat madhyame ghatika dvayam adhame syat ahoratram papishte maranantaka. Very, very. Every day you tell, slowly there will be, then you have to structure and identify which kopa is how for you. Then start working on making ghatika dvayam to kshanakopha, ahoratram to ghatika dvayam, maranantaka to ahoratram. Lot of work. Lot of work. Correct? And when everything turns to kshanakopasya, then you are who? Atman yevatmana tushtaha. Yes or no? Correct? Clean up job is required. Correct? And clean up job kidhar? Not sitting separately in a different place In that muck only you have to sit and clean. रोज मग गिरते रहेगा, but you should not be disturbed by it. Clear? Okay. So in this FIR technique, wherever you are able to know this cause effect, especially in Raga and Krodha, Vita, Raga and Krodha, it becomes easy, because then with this cause effect theory, you are able to slowly come back very fast. That is, the frequency reduces, the intensity reduces, and the resilience. You come back, the reactivity of it is very fast. You come back, jitna jaldi hoega, you will come back. Right? Again, this requires, this is a sadhana, this is a tapas. Please understand, this is what is tapas. When you work on these things, these are sadhanas and these are tapas, which will help to overall remove asuri sampat from us. They are not adorning good values and virtues, but they are removing bad sectors from our brain. Clear? Okay. Then you have this third one, which is called bhaya. Now, this bhaya is of a different category. Understand that this bhaya is of a different category. As I told, many a times children do not know why they are crying. Like that, people do not know they are afraid of what. And everyone will have some bhayam. Chora bhayam, raja bhayam, some or the other bhayam will be there. Correct? What is the solution for this? What is the solution for removal of bhayam? Anyone wants to try answering? Everyone has fear, huh? Me, y'all, everyone. We know it. We know that we don't know the reason of that fear. I don't know the reason of the fear, but there is a fear. An unknown fear. Known fears, okay, at least you will try to handle it. But there is a fear of unknown also. How do I handle it? Hey to hey, I'm of that nature, we will say. But is there an answer? Is there a solution? Because here Krishna says, Vita Bhaya, then only you are Sthitadi. And if you have to become Sthitadi, you have to overcome this Bhaya also. How do you overcome?
Find out the solution for the prayer.
Sorry?
Find out the solution for the prayer or just
Sir, the solution can come only when the problem is known. For see, Kama and Krodha, the problem you are identifying, you know the problem, that is why you can find the solution and you can work on it. Here, the problem itself is not known. It's like I'm fighting against whom I don't know, but I'm fighting.
what Maya is, what Maya is,
We can't hear you.
what Maya, what
Huh? Could anyone hear?
what Maya, एक Maya ऐसा होता है
Kuperkar Kaka, we can't hear you at all. You are very feeble.
Sir, he said that there is one fear that everyone is scared of death.
but when you know it is a natural science understand, it is a natural, you know, let that reduce.
Someone will have to tell me, I couldn't hear anything.
Sir, he says that everyone is afraid of Mrityu and realizes that that is natural, Mrityu is natural, then the fear will reduce.
What will make mrityu natural? What will make mrityu natural?
Accepting, accepting with you.
Accepting mrityu.
Yes.
Very easily said.
Yes, sir.
Very easily said. Ask a person who is suffering in cancer, who knows who is going to die now. And that is why the whole Bhagavatam was written, when Parikshit knew that in 7 days he will die. Very easy to say, accept it. That will not work. That will not work. Then what will work? If you cannot resolve the problem, dissolve it. If you cannot resolve the problem, dissolve it. If you cannot find a solution to it, devalue it. How will you devalue? I don't know what is the cause, I don't know the problem, but I know there is a problem. I can't find a solution to it. Then what can I do? I can devalue the problem. How can I devalue the problem? How can I make one line look small?
Draw a bigger line next to it.
Correct? Now I didn't touch the line where I have a problem. I don't know also that. What did I do? I drew another line which is far bigger than this, by which this line becomes small. Correct? That is how our mind is working. So far as I am thinking about me and myself, Bhaya will be there. The moment I get Atma Jnanam, Bhayam goes. Bhayam is coming because of ignorance. Dvaita Bhayam Bhavati. Very, very clear reason for Bhayam is, if more than one is there, Bhayam will be there. It is natural. Then what do? I mentally see that only I am there. Advitiya ahamasmi. I, that Brahman, that Atma is alone at all times. Rest everything is mithya. Right? When such a knowledge comes, once you clearly understand that, then automatically the fear no more has place to be there, because fear is of something unknown and there is nothing unknown to me. Eka jnaneva sarvajnanam bhavati. With that one knowledge, all the knowledges I get. There is no ignorance at all. With ignorance only, bhayam is sitting. With knowledge, bhayam has no place. The right knowledge. We are not talking of any knowledge. Atma Jnanam, Brahma Vidya, with that only and only with that, this bhayam can go. Okay, Upanishad says, in Atma Vidya, what is the benefit? Ataso bhayangato bhavati, no, before that. Hmm. यथा यथा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नदृश्येनात्मे निलयने अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् अदृश्ये अनात्मे अनिलयने अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते. Next sentence is what? अथसो भयंगतो भवति. अतः सह अभयम yataha bhavati. Tatveva bhayam vidisho manvanasya. Okay, don't try to discover your own ways to handle fear. It will never work. That is why, how much ever you will do sadhana for handling kama and krodha, you will be successful now. But if you do not work now to handle bhayam, as age grows, vriddhastavat chinta saktaha. Inevitably, that bhayam is going to be there. Bhartrihari gives a very beautiful, who has got fear with whom, about whom. Next time I'll tell you. I'll remove that. It is there in Niti Shatakam. I think not in Bhartrihari is not in Niti Shatakam. In another text it is there. Who has got fear about whom? Every person has fear. Every person. And the only way to remove the fear is Atmajnana. That is why in the first shloka he says Sthita Prajnaha. In the second shloka he says Sthita Dhihi. Sthita Prajna and Sthita Dhi for all practical purpose means the same. Then why such two words have to be used? Sthita Prajna is one who is knowledgeable about it. If I have this Atma Jnanam, if I have done Shravanam, good enough. A little Mananam, good enough. I can be called Sthita Prajna. Because I know and I'm working on it and I'm able to get that. But the Sthita Dhi means who has got no doubt about it, who has done Mananam and who has done Nididhyasanam. He has completely changed himself. That is why that Buddhi is Sthita. Earlier wisdom was Sthita, now the intellect itself is Sthita. Correct? Wisdom is a small part where the intellect ability to work. You may not be wise in everything. You have places where you are unwise also. So wherever you are wise, sthita prajna, you can take it. But sthita dhi means the whole intellect is now established. That means there is nothing which is left where I unwisely utilize my intellect. Okay, a complete transformation has happened, and that is why it's called sthita dhi. That is why he is 100% God, bhaya vita, jnana nishtha. One who has got jnana nishtha only can become vita bhaya. Are you able to get this? Okay, a very, very important aspect. And this is why many a times our acharyas say, if you have to do, if you have to do meditation, meditate upon your death. A very good upasana, a mangala upasana. Meditate on your death or plan your death. You meditate and say, this is the way I want to die. Are you able to see that? The more and more you do such a sadhana, the more and more your mind is not having the fear of death. Why the fear is there? I don't want to even touch. When someone says, think about your death, someone says, why are you talking? Aren't you happy that I am hale and hearty? Why are you asking me to think about death? It is needed. As much as you need money at old age to take care of physical needs, you need this particular aspect there. Kama and krodha will not work. Bhaya is the only thing which is there. Every person who is suddenly, especially if you have seen old people, they suddenly drop their activity because of bhaya, and they pass off in bhaya. It's a very, very practical aspect which we should know. At least you have to accept these things. We will see when it comes. If you tell it is too late, you can't start digging the well when your house is in fire. So now, when my health is good, when I know I'm not going to die, when I have no fear about death, that is the time I'm going to do meditation about my death. Adi Shankara has a beautiful sloka. Ati bhishana katu bhashana yamakinkara patali krita tadana paripidana maranagata samaye umaya saha shankara umaya saha chetasi umaya saha shankara mama chetasi hridayam hara shankara shiva shankara harame hara duritam ati bhishana katu bhashana yama kinkara patali. When yama comes, yamaya dharmarajaya, it is ati bhishana and katu bhashana. It is not going to be a very nice thing. Please come with me. No, let me complete my that Adi Shankara movie is done. That is very nicely showing the father. It is not going to be that way. Ati bhishana katu bhashana. How much of self control is there if a person has to see it that way and be calm and composed? Think about it. Ati bhishana katu bhashana. Yamakinkara patali. When they come, krita tadana paripidana maranagata samaye. They will just roast me and just drag me out and go. When that separation of the body is there, it is very painful at that time. Then what should I do? I cannot do anything. Does it mean should I fear and sit? That is also not required. Then what I want? I have one desire. Umaya Saha, along with Uma Devi, you dance on my heart, and I will be seeing that and just enjoying it, and I will not even know what this Yama Kinkaras are doing. Let them do whatever they want. This is called dissolution of the problem, not resolution of the problem. I can't resolve it, but I can dissolve it. Are we able to get this? Like that, we have to do. It's a meaningful meditation. We have to give quality time to think on this. How will I be when I grow old? When I become physically helpless? When I have to depend on others? No, let's not talk about it. That is why I'm earning money and keeping. Then what? I will go and be at some old age place where someone will take care of me. I don't want to bother my children. Is that your choice? First of all, my question is it your choice or someone else's choice to put you there? When will you go there? When you're hale and hearty. Okay, fine. I go there. Not children, but someone else you are dependent upon. What about that? That is not going to change. I'm feeling very bad. Someone has to help me, take care of me. But that is a reality. Every person has to be done that way only. Someone will do it. Either you pay money for it, you don't pay money for it. It is done at home, it is done at old age, it is done at the hospital, nursing home, somewhere or the other. But this is a reality. Why are we running away from it? Second question. Do you have that much of punyam that you can decide when you want to die, when I am hale and healthy? Not at all there. That option is ruled out. Then why are you thinking about it? Then what should you do? All the time when I'm helpless, the fact that this word helpless comes, the problem is there. I value that my ahankara is there, correct? If submission is the bhavana, place for helpless, there is a question for helpless, right? So learn to submit, practice that submission, think that it will happen one day, don't evade the problem, face it when you are hale and healthy, face it, think about it, this is what it will be, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Someone doesn't, someone fears a horror movie. What do you do? Not take the person to a horror movie? No. Show 10 horror movies. Then from the 11th one, the person will be much better. So who stops you from seeing that horror movie whenever you want? Without ticket, you can see your own horror movie. See it. See it. Experience that helplessness. Accept that helplessness. What are you doing? You are submitting. Then what can I do? I can only just pray at that time, because that is something no one can take away from me. I may not be physically able to pray, I may not be able to write or do anything, but I can close my eyes and pray. Yes, that's it. I can bless, I can pray. This is what I can do. And I will not be helpless then. Help yourself. No one else can help you. No one else can help you. You have to help yourself with the right knowledge and the right acceptance. Okay. Vita raga bhaya krodha sthitadihi muni uchyate. Such a powerful two definitions given. If each of these are understood clearly, then we will say what it means. For such a person, there is no janma again. There is no janma again. The moment you are a jnani, that jnanam has come, you will say this janma itself is not there. If this janma itself is not there, where is question of maranam from this janma? Person who is born only is going to die, right? I am not the born. I am different than the born. Then I am not going to die. It is not self-fooling, huh? Don't. It is not like the emperor's new clothes. You are fooling yourself. No. Then whatever happens to this body, Yama is doing his job. Let him do it. Because you would have mentally disassociated with your body much ahead. Kosha Traya has to, Pancha Kosha, Avastha Traya, and all this has to be dropped now. So Atmanjnanam is not so simple. You have to put a lot of, it is not just understanding. You have to, this current understanding is only exposing you to that. Chappal aya, to Atmanjnanam gaya. In another 5 minutes, I will do some jadoo that your Atmanjnana will just go off. After that, you know, back to station से उतरा तो अभी अपना ही घर पे जाना है. मजा over. That's what it is. Then later on, it is your effort to retain it, come out of it, slowly try. Just by the knowledge, it will not come. Being established in that knowledge is what makes sense. Correct? So, like Brahma Kamal, or one flower which blooms in a particular season, every Saturday this knowledge blooms for 1 hour. After that, it just goes off. Again, next Saturday it blooms, goes off. Correct? That is not going to remove Bhaya. It is because of that I want to have that bloom, and if I don't get the bloom, that Bhaya is there, that is why you are coming. The reason why you are coming is also that Bhaya. Think about it. As much as you say, I like it, there is also a Bhaya sitting behind it. It may be bhaiya kuch punya to milega. Anyone can have any sorts of logic behind it, but there is a bhaiya operating at the back. We have to we have to acknowledge that, and once we acknowledge it, then things become easier. Never try to solve the bhaya, it will not get solved. To some extent, yes, you can do something, but after that, because it's the fear of unknown, you can fight any known, but you can't do anything in front of an unknown. Then what do you do? Go to a bigger known where the fear of unknown is not there. Go to Ishvara, the fear of unknown will not be there. Correct? What does a child do? Any child does the same thing. Na? When there is a fear, comes very easily and sits on the parent's lap. Every small little one of any animal goes near the mother, and after that, how much ever सामने शेर रहेगा, फिर भी this child is relaxed because now the tension is mother's. Correct? So drop your tension, give it to your mother who is sitting, Bhagavan. That requires sadhana, that requires an acceptance, that requires submission. Correct? Okay, so we will continue with Sloka number 57. 56 is over. Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha Stitadihi Munihi Uchyate. Munihi Manatvat Munihi. Okay, Munihi means Manatvat Munihi. Who has got that equanimous mind is called a Munihi. Maunihi Muni. Munihi Maunihi. Who will not speak. Why? There is no need to speak. Muni. Uchyate. Okay, so we've completed the 56th. We've taken it elaborately. We have seen how practically we can use it in our day to day life. And if this all will remain as a theory, if you do not implement it in day to day life. So, as much as we see it, we acknowledge it, we work upon it, we will see some progress. Otherwise, it will be just a theoretical knowledge. Yes, we know what to do, but that time it will be too late when it comes because I do not have the ability to do it. I know what to do, but I don't have the ability to do it. Then what? It is like exercise. See, we all learn cricket. After 20 years, give the bat and say, what happens? Yeah, practice nahi hai. Means what? I have the knowledge. Exactly. We will sit like a commentator and say, oh, Sachin had to play like this. ऐसा मारेगा तो बरोबर होता शा. But when you stand there, gone. All the 3 wickets gone. Why? I don't have the practice for it. 20 years back, I was like Sachin Tendulkar. Fine, but now what about it? Why? I have never sharpened my knife, swords after that. So that needs to be happening regularly. Sadhana has to be done. Then only it will work. Don't consider Vedanta as just knowledge. There is a good amount of sadhana in terms of cleanup. Guna adhana and dosha nivarana. That sadhanas have to be on. One of the dosha nivarana is bhaya removal. It has to be removed. Kama removal, krodha removal, bhaya removal, vita, raga, bhaya, krodha. Removal is a sadhana where you have to work upon. Clear? So we will continue with the 57 shloka in the next class. Now the next class is not going to be on 30th of March. It will be on 30th of April. It will be 7th of May. Correct? I think 7th of May is a Saturday. So it will be on that day. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. We'll continue with the 57 shloka on 7th of May. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hare Om.
Hari Om.